I don't know why people hate on the Scouring of the Shire chapter, because they should have included this in the Lord of the Rings movies. It's absolutely hilarious. And I don't mean just like how they save the day, the four of them, now decked out in gear from Gondor and Rohan and barrel blades and mithril coats and what have you. It's hilarious because on their way, they are just ragging on everyone, showing how like quick they are with their words and their blades and how easily they can defend themselves. Even from the front gate, Mary recognizes a Bucklander. It's Hob Hayward, who used to be in charge of the Hay Gate, and he pretty much starts reaming him for even being involved with any of this. But Hob Hayward says that Sharky's men and the Chief's men would arrest him and throw him into lock holes if they didn't do what they told him. And it seems like whoever goes in there, they're not heard from ever again until we find out later in the chapter what goes down. But overall, they just climb over the gate. They say, "We're not even dealing with this. It's nighttime. We want to go to bed. Put us up somewhere." And they're like, "We'll bring you to this house, the gatehouse or whatever." And it's like this crappy built house that's not a hobbit hole. It's multiple stories. The tables aren't ever washed in most of them. They have like sets of rules and like these posters everywhere saying what these rules are. And the hobbits just start immediately breaking it. They even bribe these people with food, being like, "Hey, just eat something because you've been eating terribly. Everything's been rationed." Only to find out later as they head to Frogmorton after considering going to Crickhollow, which we don't even know what the state is of that place. They are like pretty much accosted by a bunch of sheriffs, they're called. And they're like, "You're under arrest." They're like, "For what? What did we even do? Go, us, tell us." And Frodo's the one talking a lot of the times. He's like, "Well, you trespassed and you broke the rules and you try to bribe gatekeeps." And they're like, "Dude, you're being ridiculous." And Samwise recognizes one of them. He's like, "Yo, Robin Smallborough, what are you doing here? You're a respectable hobbit from Hobbiton." And he brings up the whole idea of being thrown into jail. And he's like, "Whatever, dude, let's go to the Floating Log. It's one of the inns at Frogmorn. It's a pretty good place. We'll get a brew, whatever." And they're like, "No, dude, all the inns are closed in the Shire." And this just sets Samwise off. He's like, "What do you mean? Like, what is all this nonsense? I need to get back to Hobbiton. I need to see how the Gaffer's doing." And there's a lot of words being said here to the point where like they're even insulting Frodo at one point, and none of the other hobbits are standing for it. And they run into Bill Ferny, that guy who we saw back in the Fellowship of the Ring. They pretty much just laugh him off. Even one of the ponies kicks him in the back, setting him on his way. But as they're making their way closer and closer to Hobbiton, they run into the ruffians. These are the men, and actually look like the Southerner who we saw in the Prancing Pony talking to Bill Ferny all the way back in the first book. And he's like, "Yo, we're like here to rough you guys up and arrest you." At this point, Pippin's like, "I got a message from the king." And he draws his sword, gleaming in the sun. And all the people are like, "Holy crap." He runs them off. These dudes run off. They can't deal with these hobbits. They're too good with it now. But it's hilarious. But, what ends up happening when they get to Hobbiton, well, that's a bit of a different story.